tea. I would win a life's devotion were the secret known to me. Would you like to such a potion, bring me off the galaxy? I was free, my devotion.
When we did it in City Opera in New York, we updated it into colloquial language, which helps the mood, I suppose, of the 1950s America, with a little bit of influence from films like The Giant, James Dean period, to make it swing a bit. It's more lively if it's translated actually into something that would be appropriate if you were in a diner at that time.
I remembered a wonderful movie which I saw when I was very young, the first version of it. The second version was terrible, and that was The Nutty Professor. Now in that film, Jerry Lewis plays this sort of nerd-like figure who's working in a chemistry lab, and he concocts something which he thinks is going to be rather like an elixir. It's going to give him manliness. He swigs it and drops unconscious behind the lab bench. And when he rears up from the other side, he's ceased to be Jerry Lewis. I mean, still played by Jerry Lewis, but he's suddenly become, who's the man who always plays with Jerry Lewis? Dean Martin. Hello. He suddenly has a strange head-rolling confidence. And I think it's a very nice idea to see what happens when someone who thinks of himself as, in some ways, beneath contempt, is not attractive to the women in the bar. Adina doesn't seem to take him seriously. And as soon as Belcory arrives, this handsome soldier just about to take his colleagues off to Korea in 1952 or something like that. And then in comes this man, Dulcamara. Now he's always played traditionally if he arrives in an ornamental wagon with this magical stuff, an elixir of love, and so he drives on in a Ford Fairlane and has a lot of bootleg hooch in the boot of the car, probably just Jack Daniels with a label taken off. Now this is the interesting thing, it's what we call the placebo effect. If someone is told that something is going to change them, particularly if they're as sort of silly as Nemorino is at the beginning, he swigs this stuff and, hey, Jerry Lewis becomes Dean Martin. And there's a moment in the opera where I always get him to do this. He goes over to Dulcamara's car, adjusts the wing mirror, and then adjusts his hair. Yeah, right.